Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. So, yesterday I talked about the recovery of the market, and for me, it was very obvious. And I've always said that when it comes to these things, you have to understand now, guys. You've got a lot of influencers talking about, dumping this project and it's the end of this or the end of the bull market, but it's all bullshit because if you look at this, I tweeted this yesterday. I made a community post and I had a previous line here of about 94,000 and it seems to be working now. Obviously, Bitcoin at the time of this recording is battling with this trend line, which is 98,100. But that's actually because of the 108 rejection that we've had. So all in all, guys, if you look at the 4 hour yesterday, the RSI was all the way down here at the bottom. And that recovery remains to be seen, but it looks like it's actually worked absolutely to perfection. And the market has responded. So some of the stronger altcoins, you've got a 28% move for Sui, 16 for Tau, say 15, nearly 16% there. Then you got the likes of Virtual Protocol absolutely ripping up to the upside. Pepe 21%. So the top 100 is always going to move first in a scenario like this, especially some of the blue chips in the top 100. Now, if you look at Alf, which is a project that we like and we talk about, it's up, what, 10% for the day. So the recovery, actually, this one wasn't one of the worst hit in terms of the overall market, but it's nice to see that these things are bouncing. Let's have a look at the, for example, the likes of DAI. This is one of the strongest performance in the dip, $65 million. And today it's up, what, 13%? Nice to see that. And let's take a look at basedai. So there isn't anything that's completely out of line as far as the recovery phase is concerned. Basedai here moving at a whopping 26 to 28%. It's still ranked 350, $183 million market cap. But guys, congratulations. I think overall we've navigated this quite well. Bitcoin dominance is at 58.7 at the time of this recording. Now, many of these projects will continue to find feet. Having said that, there's always a caution to be had. I would say Bitcoin dominance, which is something that I spoke about at a length in my previous video, is going to be up, is going to basically break down at some point in Q1. So historically, Q4 starts the decline, and then in Q1, the entire thing topples, and then we get a, crazy bull market, banana zone into the pocket. I mean, look at this, Tau at 3.5 billion. I mean, I posted this yesterday at just under 3 billion. Incredible. But look how things bounce back. So all the fear mongering, right? Even if we're not clearly out of the woods yet, it's nice to know that these things happen. So in the future, you're always able to actually look at this and have a bit more perspective overall on what's happening. Now, one thing I would like to have a look. Let's go back to the top 100. And let's talk about a project here. Should be quite visible, but let me just tap it in. Let's talk about CAS, which is dividing opinions massively. So again, if you look at the recovery numbers from all of the other altcoins, typical 8%. I think this is probably one of the slightly weaker ones at jumping back up. But what I would say, let's look at CAS and see what the overall sentiment is. Because many influencers are now saying all of a sudden they're dumping their bags because the CAS price action has been poor. I agree. But I'd like to think a little bit different, a bit more objective. This is the best performing asset in the first year of recovery after the bear market. So 2023. And if you would have got into Casper kind of when I did early 2023, you can see you are up multiple X's. So it doesn't make sense. If you've been in Casper you know, for the last 3 years, 2 years. Unfortunately, many of these influencers have got into the Casper bandwagon at these highs of 16 cents, 15 cents. You know, definitely when it climbed over 13 cents, a lot of them came on board. And the issue with that is because you don't have a safety net, right? If price goes against you, you basically don't have anywhere to go if you've entered here or here, which I genuinely believe a lot of these YouTubers have actually got into Casper late. Now then what happens is when the price retraces back to these levels, they're either not in profit or it's really, really close to their entry. And all of a sudden then the price, you know, the project is rubbish and they want to dump. For most of us who are Casper OGs, we got into this at very early stage, at very, very low levels, right? You know, these are ridiculous prices here. So if you've got into Casper early, congratulations, you can hold your cash. And of course, the X's will multiply more. Most of us are on like, you know, a 10X and above. And if you've got into Casper late, then unfortunately, you might want to try to make some more money, more multipliers. I do believe $1 to $3 for Casper is absolutely possible. Again, people are forgetting that Casper was one of the best performing assets. And of course, a tier one listing, you know, the entire Casper space will go absolutely ballistic. And then you'll get people telling you, I told you to buy Casper. So just because Casper is underperforming doesn't mean that Casper is all of a sudden rubbish. I do believe that Casper will hit a price target of $1 to $3. And if anyone is new and you're looking for more multipliers, again, what I'm trying to explain to you is when we entered versus when other influencers have entered. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's a different feeling altogether. This has been one of the best cryptocurrencies that I've ever come across. So yeah, I continue to hold my cash with conviction and hopefully cash out one day. But I do say that $1 to $3 for Casper is very much doable, plausible, and you should be looking at, you know, if you look at this, for example, the price does sit around here. If the price sits around here for a bit, you know, then you have every opportunity to, you know, look at that. You know, this is a multi-touch support. You know, you've got multiple support lines here and it hasn't even come to that. So what I'm expecting is Casper to jump around here before it continues to go absolutely ridiculous. And I think the trend could be up. And I would say from a, you know, from a, what I would say from a Fibonacci perspective, it's always difficult to, actually see where the price can go. But this, you know, this still has, it still has, you know, towards that $1 mark. I think there's still plenty of life left in Casper. So Casper is a good one. I would say Alephium, for those of you looking for a kind of a, I would say a smaller cash, different. I would say Alephium, proof of less work. I believe ALPH with the ecosystem, native smart contracts. I think this one can absolutely go bananas as well. So Alephium is one that we hold. Again, up similar numbers. But if you look at ALF, overall, guys, you know, the picture here is quite telling. And I do believe, again, if you look at the multi-month trend line that it has, I don't think this one is going anywhere anytime soon. So, you know, you've got a clear line here. Boom, it's already bounced off that. And then you've got an additional support just over here. So why wouldn't you take advantage of this? Look at that. Boom. And that's where it's reacting to right now. So in the not too distant future, from where we are to the top of the channel, all-time high, 138%. That's good for me. I don't know about you, but that's good for me, guys. It is absolutely critical to understand why something like this will absolutely get us incredible amounts of gains, you know. So, you know, this is, again, for me, I'm looking at in the short term, I'm targeting some really, really high fib numbers, right? Really, really high numbers for if you really think about it, this will go into multiple billions, in my opinion. At least, get over a billion and then start printing from above. But I'm so happy, to be honest, that the market is not further wrecked and we are showing some kind of live. This one is an absolute banger. It is absolute banger. And this is Heroes of Mavia, guys. Heroes of Mavia is just so underrated right now. And the price is literally dying. I mean, if you look at this, it's ridiculous. And there is a token unlock coming up in February. But what I would say, Heroes of Mavia can actually be one of those that you can potentially ride into huge amount of success. I'm expecting $50 to $100. It's really, really, that Ruby marketplace is a kicker. It's got NFTs. I'm super bullish on this. And I think once they get their listing sorted, this $1.11 is going to look like a crazy, crazy price. So Alpha is another one. Mavia is another one that I will take a look. There are tons of new stuff that I can talk about, but essentially, if you look at narrative-based, what I would call a narrative-based, exposure to the market, you've got the Bitcoin ecosystem here. What's moving really well? Let's have a look. Alex Labs up 11%. Corium 8, Stacks 5%, $2.5 million market cap. Orange doing absolutely brilliant. Been bouncing back for the week again, sub 10 million. And look at this, Mintlayer holding there. This whole entire space is absolutely sleep, guys. Whether you find meme coins, whether you find some runes, whether you find, some ordinals, doesn't matter. The Bitcoin ecosystem will have a push. And then, of course, you've got AI. I still think Tau is cheap. What's Cubic saying? 400 million, 3,200 per billion. OXO basedai is the obvious one, 174 million at $5. 01 Labs coming up to 60 million. And then you've got a bunch of others there, guys. Look, Balance AI going up 27% on the day. Ridiculously low cap. High risk, high reward, micro cap. But nevertheless, this one promises a lot. Decent tokenomics. No exchanges, by the way. Still only on Uniswap. Now listed on Mexi. Oh, wow. That's recent. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Might have to grab that. But Redefine AI Agents Marketplace. And this one is nothing shorter than 100x. I kid you not. This is FDV, $3 million? It's crazy. Crazy to think that something that small or that good, actually, in terms of their overall, what I call the project details are excellent. And the fact that they've got a Mexi listing, this is great. All right, guys, look, I'm here to report that recovery. I'm here to report a better day. I'm not here to spread doom and gloom, guys. And I think we will continue to see altcoin season happening. Those who have no conviction have already left. So stay strong, guys. Look, there's no point in me shouting out about different projects and, buy this now. Right now, it's all about mentality and portfolio reservation. And I can see here, we are now being slightly rejected from 98,000. So this trend line, this one here is absolutely real, guys. It is something that is real. It's happening. And I'll continue to monitor that. All right. Bitcoin dominance, again, 58.7, stuck right there. So anyway, guys, God bless you. I hope you had a good weekend and more videos coming up. Take care.